tell you, what do you want to do, wake up all the fish around here?
I don't care if I does. Help!
Shut up, I tell you. First thing you know, you're going to wake up one of these sharks, and then we is done for.
Man, sharks ain't going to bother
How
us.
come sharks won't bother us?
They don't like dog meat.
Just be our luck to run into a blind shark.
I kept on telling you, I said, Steve, I don't want to go to no Africa. I just kept telling you that. Nothing would do you till you made up my mind to go.
Wait a minute. Is we in Africa?
No, we ain't there.
Does it look like we want to get there?
No.
Well, what are you kicking about then? I wonder how far is we from land?
We must be about 500 miles.
No, we ain't no 500 miles from land neither. We ain't near that far from land.
All right, I'll make it 100. It's the same thing.
Look, Sam, look.
Look at what?
Them big waves.
Don't call my attention to nothing else except we passing some trees.
There sure is a whole lot of water in the ocean, ain't there?
There sure is.
Water. Everywhere you look, you don't see nothing but water.
That's all.
I didn't never see so much water before in all my life.
This is the first time I ever seen anything that there was enough of.
I'm so thirsty I could drink a whole barrel full of water.
Well, there's plenty of it here.
I know, but it don't taste right.
Sure do taste funny, don't it?
Sure do.
I wonder who's seeding this ocean. I know you didn't know nothing about running no airplane. I know that.
I started it, didn't I?
You're always starting something you can't stop.
Well, didn't it stop?
Look where it stopped.
I know my mistake, and you was it.
I was it.
Yes, sir, you was my mistake. Mr. Lindbergh was smart. He went alone.
I wonder what become of them ships that pass in the night.
Sam?
Huh?
I don't think we're going to be able to hold out much longer.
I know we
I
ain't.
feel like we're going to drown soon.
Me too.
In case we do, I want to go down with a clear conscience.
I wonder how deep it is along here.
Oh, you'll find out, Sam.
Yeah.
I got some refreshments to make before we drown.
What is it, Steve?
Remember that $5 you had back home now?
Which $5?
You never had over 2 or 3 of them in your life.
Which one of them you talking
about? The 5 you lost.
Yeah.
You didn't lose that 5, Sam. I stole it.
I got a reflection to make, too.
Let me hear it, then.
Remember Pete Jones back home?
I oughta. He owed me $5.
That was the 5 you stole.
You mean you kept that money he paid you for me? I ought to knock your brains out of you for that.
Now, this ain't no time to hold malice in your heart.
I guess you're right, Sam. But in case we don't drown, I'm gonna knock your head off.
Order in the large room. Little order is what I want. Now, the first subject to be discussed this afternoon is concerning the money. What is become of the money? We want to hear from the treasurer. I, as the treasurer, move that we pass up that subject for business more important. Brother, there ain't no subject more important than that. Where is the money? Why, since you've been the treasurer of this lodge, you has quit your job and buy yourself an automobile. Ain't I got to uphold the dignity of my office? That am true, but you ain't got to uphold the dignity of your office with the lodge's money.
Ain't spending the lodge's money.
Then if you ain't, where is the said money?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it is personal and injurious, and that my explanation may cause my health to be impaired.
And if your explanation ain't forthcoming mighty quick, your health is soon going to start failing.
All right then, brothers, in explaining about the money, I will do so if you want me. But I must tell of a certain brother and a certain wife of a Pullman porter. The said porter is a member of this lodge and is seated right now in this meeting. Now, the said backbiter,
the topic of discussion ain't backbiting, but finance.
I ain't dodging the issue, but I must tell how a certain brother and said porter's wife was seen at the moving picture show holding hands as the lights come on.
Then that must be a secret between the two of them. And no true lodge member divulge secrets.
Oh, yes, they do, in the lodge room. It's the fact that the said brother has been known to take long walks with the said sister.
We don't want to hear about the gambling. What we want to know about is the money.
Well, if I tell about the money, I got to tell you that that's hush money that was spent to protect the said brother. And now I, in order to protect myself, must divulge his name.
No, brother, that ain't at all necessary. The money you done spent was a small amount and didn't amount to so much. And since no explanation might cause trouble in some happy home, I move that we close the meeting. And, Brother Treasurer, I'd like to see you on the outside privately.
Hey, Bob!
Hit that big
Hit
bomb.
him down! Hit him right in
Hit
the
that
jaw
bomb.
down! Knock him down! Don't let him get away from you, boy. Ray, that's good, boy. Here, Sam! Where you going? Is you lost that? Come here. Here's your corner here.
That man done hit me so hard, I don't know where I is.
Thought you told me you was a first-class prize fighter.
Well, I is.
Then why don't you stop some of them blows?
Why don't I is stopping them?
You is stopping them?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean you is stopping them?
I'm stopping them all the time. You don't see none of them passing me, does you?
I just suppose you stopped them last three you landed on your jaw, didn't you?
That's just what I done.
Yeah, you stopped them, huh?
Yeah, with my mouth.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't that man scatter his blows?
You sure ain't gonna have no good luck stopping blows with your mouth. I'll tell you right now.
Well, I just soon quit right now if it's all the same to you.
You can't quit. Think of your reputation.
Oh, that man ain't hitting my reputation. The man keeps popping me on the jaw.
Well, I understand. I can understand how he can hit you that way. I sure can.
Well, then you take my place in the next round, brother, and you find out.
I ain't supposed to fight. I'm your manager.
Yes, and you're a mighty poor manager. Here you just messing me up with a man that I can't see, much less hit him.
But didn't you tell me that you could whip anybody?
When did I tell you that?
At the party the other day?
At the party?
Yeah, at the party. You told me you could whip anybody.
Oh, I must have been drinking then, wasn't I?
Yeah, you was drinking all right. You had about 20 drinks there, and when you got to that 25th, you told me to go out and get Kid Norfolk, Benny Leonard, Harry Wills, and Jack Johnson, and you'd whip them all in the same ring. Didn't you tell me that?
Oh, at that time I felt that way.
Don't you feel brave now?
Oh, no, I'm sober now.
You're sober. You've been staggering.
Yeah, but I ain't staggering from drinks, brother. I'm staggering from blows.
I know what's wrong with you.
What?
Your footwork has been bad.
My footwork?
Yeah, don't you see? Your footwork is bad, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he stings me on the jaw just one more time, I'm going to show you some footwork. Or I'm going to turn this prize fight into a running match.
Get yourself together now. Your time is almost up.
And now, listen, I don't like that.
You don't like what?
It's that my time is almost
I
up.
don't mean your time. I mean time to fight.
Oh.
Just ask the bell now. Come on, Sam. Come on. Get ready. Come on now. Well, what's the matter? Don't stall like that. What's the matter? Ain't you going to fight?
Yeah, I'm going to fight.
Well, come on then.
Yeah, but I ain't going to fight no more tonight.
Boy, it's cold. Sure is cold. 40 below zero.
Yeah, man, I sure miss the summertime.
Yes, sir. You know what we got to do? We got to change clothes or climate.
Well, then you stand there arguing about it. The best thing to do is take that last quarter you got there and buy 2 bowls of hot soup.
But I done spent that quarter.
You done spent it.
Sure, I done spent it.
You ain't buying nothing to eat with
I
it.
didn't say I did.
You ain't paid no room rent with
I
it.
know I ain't.
Well, what could you find to spend the last quarter when all this cold?
I bought a thermometer with it.
What is that?
Don't you know what a thermometer is?
No, I don't know what it is.
Well, that's something what tells you if it's cold or not.
Something to tell you if it's cold or not.
How you gonna know if it's cold or not unless you got a thermometer?
These clothes I got on tell me whether it's cold or not.
Them clothes ain't gonna tell you if it's cold or not.
They is telling me.
If they is, they ain't telling you how cold you is.
I knows how cold I is.
All right, then, how cold is you?
I'm too cold.
See there? I know if you didn't know what you're talking about. See this thermometer here?
Uh-huh.
See this red line?
Yeah.
Now, when this red line gets to this figure here, that means to get yourself an overcoat.
Uh-huh.
When it gets to this figure here, that means to button up that overcoat.
Yeah.
But, boy, when it gets down here...
Wait a minute.
Now, here is the figure.
No, never mind that figure. is the figure on there to tell you how to get overcoat.
Oh, this thermometer ain't no fortune teller.
That thermometer ain't nothing. I don't care what it says, it's cold.
Well, all right then, why don't you come on and go to Africa? It's hot over there.
Steve, I ain't going to no Africa.
I know, Sam, but there's diamonds over there.
I don't care what's over there.
In Africa, there's diamonds as big as pumpkins. Think of it. Diamonds as big as pumpkins. You know that's where they grow. Well, we'll go over there and be two big diamond planters.
Oh, man, you don't plant no diamonds. You mines them.
I see now that you know nothing about botany. Why do they call them carrots?
Yeah, you is right there. They is a vegetable, but they is too rich to eat. If you would eat some diamond carrots, they'd give you sparkling indigestion.
No, sir. You mean cute indigestion.
There ain't nothing cute about indigestion. And another thing in Africa is too much work.
Work in Africa?
Yeah.
Oh, we wouldn't have to work in Africa. Why, man, you would have a gorilla for your servant.
No, I'd have no gorilla for my servant.
And another thing, in Africa, there's hogs walking up and down the street with knives and forks in their back, crying, please eat me.
Well, why don't you say that in the first place? What time does the next train leave here for Africa?
Come on, yeah, Sam, this here's our train.
No, that train's going north.
Well, we going north, ain't we?
No, we ain't.
North Carolina.
Well, you see, they call that north, but it's south. I see you ain't never traveled none.
I travel much as you is.
Oh, no, you ain't.
Oh, yes, I is, too.
Where you ever been?
Where you ever been?
I've been to Cabbage Island.
Cabbage Island, what's there?
Ain't you never been there?
No, you ain't neither.
Man, that's the richest land on earth.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's got hogs running around the street with knives and forks in the back crying, please eat me.
Get away from here. Well, look here, Sam.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Niagara's Falls?
Niagara Falls? Let me see. Oh, that fell before I got there.
You ain't been there. See that now, because it hadn't fell when I went through there. You see, I went through there going to Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo.
You ain't never been to Buffalo.
Who ain't been to Buffalo?
You ain't.
You ain't been there neither, then?
Yes, I is.
Well, how you spell Buffalo?
How you spell it?
Yeah, how you spell it?
That ain't got nothing to do with me been in there.
You ought to know how to spell it if you been there, oughtn't you?
I is been there.
Well, anytime I go to any place, I can spell it.
I can spell it, too.
Well, spell it then.
Well, you know, there's Buffalo the town, then there's Buffalo the animal.
Well, spell either one. Buffalo the town, the animal, or the village either.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now. Here's a pencil and paper. I want you to write it down now.
There ain't no use me writing it down.
Oh, yes, there is, too.
What's the use of writing it down?
Because I got to take it to somebody and find out if you spelled it right or not.
Well, you wait till we meet that person, and then I'll spell it.
See there, I know you ain't been to no Buffalo. You see, I went through Buffalo on my way to the Catskill Mountains.
You ain't never been to no Catskill Mountain.
Who ain't been to the Catskill Mountain? Yes, I is, too.
How you spell it?
I spell it?
Yeah.
Well, I admit that I get mixed up on that first syllable there. But when I pass that, I can spell it all right. You see, the first syllable there is cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then how you spell cat?
Cat now.
Yeah, cat.
Let me see now. Cat. You mean one of them that's plain every day walking around cat?
Any kind of cat. I don't care what kind of cat it is.
Mm-hmm.
Spell the easiest one.
The easiest one?
Yeah, the easiest one. Look like to me anybody ought to spell cat.
If they can spell anything at all, they can spell cat.
There ain't but 6 letters in it.
You sure of that?
Oh, I bet my money it ain't over 6.
Well, I can bring that down to 5 because I know the L is silent.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you ain't got but 5 letters for to deal with.
Yeah, but I got to know what they is and how to routine them.
Well, you see, I'm a little rusty on my arithmetic.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah?
Oh, you can't stick me, you know. You know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'll draw one.
You is one smart guy.
Sure is,
They
boy.
can't get around you.
There you is.
That makes the saying right. That me sister is the grandmother of convention.
Is you crazy, Sam? That man ain't after you. He's after me. Said he was going to cut me up, mop up the floor with me. He wasn't talking about you.
I ain't going to allow that man in there or no other man as far as that return to cut you all up and mop up no floor with you as long as you got on my coat.
You don't want me to wear this old coat of yours and I'm the best friend you got.
You ain't no friend of mine at all.
When you was all locked up in the jailhouse, who was it come to get you out?
I don't know who come to get me out, but I knows who got me out.
Well, who got you out then?
Father Time.
You was all locked up there. I felt sorry for you. Come to you and said, Sam, wait right here till I get back. I'm going to fix up things for you. Didn't I tell you that?
If I didn't wait there, where was I going to wait?
I didn't even know what they had you locked up there for. What they have you locked up there for anyhow?
Well, they really didn't have nothing on me, but they accused me.
Accuse you of what?
Stealing a hog.
Stealing a hog?
Yeah.
Well, didn't they find no evidence?
Didn't need no evidence.
Oh, they got to find evidence. They can't do nothing with you unless they find some evidence.
They found the hog under my bed.
Oh, no wonder then you stole the hog. You didn't need no evidence.
Didn't say I stole the hog.
You must stole it. They found it under your bed, didn't they?
That hog could have strayed under my bed.
Anybody see you taking the hog home?
I didn't intend for nobody to see me.
Did the hog squeal?
No, I had him fixed.
And nobody got up in court and said to see you taking it home?
Didn't ask nobody in court. Satisfied at finding the hog under my bed.
Is that all the evidence that they had against you?
That's every bit.
And locked you up on them slim evidences?
On them evidence.
They can't do it.
They done it.
I don't care if they is. They can't do it.
You ain't as dumb as I thought you was.
I know what I'm talking about.
You is dumber.
There ain't no way in the world that they can do anything with you for that according to the statistics of law.
What do you know about the statistics of law?
I studied law. That's what I know about it.
Where'd you study law?
Man, as many times as I've been arrested and you ask me why I studied law, is you crazy?
I wish I'd have known it and never would have stayed in jail all this time eating beans and coffee.
Is that all you had for 6 months, beans and coffee?
You know that's all I had.
Man, I had it fixed with the man what run the restaurant 4 blocks from the jailhouse for you to get 2 good meals every day.
No, you didn't.
Yes, it did. Me, I'll fix it up and tell you. The man what run the restaurant there 4 blocks from the jailhouse.
For me to get 2 good meals every day.
2 good meals every day for you, yeah.
Yeah.
All you had to do was to go get 'em.
Give me your brick and let me crown you.
Is that you, Sam?
Yeah, open up here, Steve.
You can't come in here.
How come again?
Well, this here's nothing but society people in here. You ain't no society man. Look how you acted at that last reception we was invited to. Minute that lady renounced dinner, you broke down them doors and run over everybody, getting to that dining room.
Yeah, run over everybody but you. And when I hit that dining room door, you was half through eating and you know it.
You got in there and didn't know how to act. Minute that lady passed you a napkin, you told her you wasn't going to wrap up nothing. You was going to eat it all there.
Look, that wasn't no wussing you. Look how you acted when that lady passed me that last piece of meat there, and you know it was the last piece on the plate, too.
Well, didn't you have all the rest of it in your pocket?
That wasn't none of your business. And just as I reached over there to get it, you hollered a dime I shoot. Well, naturally, I looked around to see who faded you, and when I did, you reached over there and snatched it.
You sure showed your ignorance when that lady put the olives on the table. Lady handed you the olives, and you asked her, how long did you have to keep green peas in vinegar before they would swell up there that big?
And yes, son, you done the owl that killed you for this. You sat up there and ate up all your dessert, then stole the dessert from that little baby. And you see me making friends with that baby, and you know that's what I was getting ready to do.
You talking about me stealing, you ain't nothing but a thief yourself.
Who's a thief?
You's a thief, that's who he is.
What I done stole?
You stole a suit of clothes from Mr. Jim McCall, that's what you did.
From Mr. Jim? I don't even know him.
You don't know Mr. Jim McCall? Many times I've seen you standing around talking to him, and you tell me you don't know him.
Well, I does know him.
And Yes, he went by his house and stole his suit of clothes, too.
But he doesn't know where he lives.
Don't know where he lives. Many times you can't note up to his house and you don't know where he lives.
Well, I know where he lives, but I ain't been near his house now in 3 months.
Well, I saw you by his house 3 days ago myself.
Well, I did pass that, but I wasn't on his side of the street.
Wasn't on his side of the street. Well, you cut right through his yard. You had to cut through his yard to get to the street to where you was going to.
Yeah, I do remember cutting through there, but I didn't see none of no suit of clothes.
You was bound to see the shoe because it was hanging right over the pathway there. You had to stoop under it to get by.
Yeah, you was right. I does remember the coat hit me in the face, so I left it on the line right there where I see it.
You left it hanging there, huh?
Yeah.
You got on the coat there right now.
Now, you see that? You're wrong again. This is my coat. I had this coat made.
No, that's Mr. Jim McCall's coat, and I'll bet you it is.
Why you going to prove it?
I proved by Mr. Jim McCall.
Where's Mr. Jim McCall?
He's right here in this party right now.
In this here party every night?
Yes, sir, right here in this party.
Oh, I ain't coming in. Good night.
That's his way. See, Lula, the double-bodied girl. Double-bodied girl. Ah, right there. She takes that boy to the boy.
Here comes the elephant.
Get away from that cage there, Steve. That monkey will grab you there in a minute.
Oh, you ain't scared of monkeys, is you?
Yeah, I'm scared of monkeys.
You don't have to be scared of monkeys. Monkeys is the nearest things to human folk.
I wouldn't care.
You learned that in revolution. I suppose you know what revolution is.
Yeah, revolution is a war.
Ain't you talking about the old-style revolution. I'm talking about the new style. Revolution means that a man comes from a monkey.
You don't mean tell me you believe that foolishness.
I didn't believe it at first, but the more I see of you, the suspiciouser I get.
Now, here, don't you call me no monkey.
I didn't call you a monkey.
Don't you done it.
I wouldn't call you a monkey.
All right, then.
Well, I wouldn't even stop.
Oh, that's all right.
The monkey, I don't know what you is, therefore I don't know what you come from. You is too little for a man and too big for a monkey. Look here, what did you come from anyhow?
I come from Georgia.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about your generators. What did you spring from?
Right out in the cotton fields of Georgia.
You couldn't. Cotton fields don't produce nothing but cotton, and cotton is white.
All cotton ain't white.
Bound to be white.
Some cotton is black.
When is cotton black?
When it's dyed.
When it's what?
Dyed.
Yeah, but you are living, though. What I'm trying to get at is your ancestors.
He didn't have none.
You did have ancestors.
Oh, no, she never.
Everybody had ancestors.
All my ancestors was uncles.
I ain't talking about your ancestors' brothers. I'm talking about your forefathers.
I never had no forefathers.
You did have forefathers.
Oh, go away from here.
Everybody had forefathers.
If everybody had forefathers, there wouldn't be enough to go around. What is you talking about? Yo, let me ask you something. Does you believe in cremation?
Does I believe in what?
Is you a cremator?
I ain't going to let you change the subject. I got to make a parallel to you so you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Go ahead and make
now,
it.
get my parallel.
Go ahead.
Take smoke.
Yeah.
Where does smoke come from?
Come from the chimney.
I ain't talking about what it comes through. I'm talking about what it comes from. Smoke comes from coal.
Smoke comes from the fire.
All right, then what the fire come from?
Stove.
But what put the fire in the stove?
The janitor. Who you think puts it in
You're
there?
evading my question again. You know good and well that smoke comes from coal. Smoke is coal used to be.
No. Coke is heavy and smoke is light. There you is.
Smoke is light.
Yeah.
Smoke is dark.
I ain't talking about the reflection of smoke. I'm talking about the weight of smoke.
You don't weigh smoke?
Yes, you do.
All right, then, how much does smoke weigh?
Well, that's according to the size of the smoke. Now, smoke like you all the way about...
Yeah. You call me a smoke, I'll knock your brains out.
Hey! That's getting the candidate.
Ladies, gentlemen, peoples, and folkses.
Well, you ain't left out nobody. I'll give you credit for that.
Now, don't be corrupting me there now, Sam. As I stand before you, gazing into each and every one of your eyes, the question that rises in my mind is, what do you think of me?
Don't tell him.
I told you to quit corrupting me there now. I may not be be decked with jewels and diamonds rare. I may not wear watches and chains, but I have worn
ball and chain.
ladies, gentlemen, folks, and peoples is when I first entered this race for mayors of JIMTOWN, I had not the least idea that there was a dark horse in the race.
Don't get personal now.
Surprised I was, very much heat surprised I was, when I found that that dark horse was the gentleman what's corrupted me there now.
I might be the dark horse, but you ain't going to never be no black mare.
We will pay no more attention to my opponent. We will talk on matters of heat much more important. Look at the rendition of your city today. I say, look at the rendition of JIMTOWN today. We have no electric lights here. Statistics will show you that there ain't been no electric lights in JIMTOWN since before.
Oh, there ain't never been none here.
And there wasn't none here before then neither.
And there ain't going to be none after this.
What we need is electric lights. Look how dark it is here all the time. Look, I say, how dark it is.
What are you looking at me for?
It's so dark here at night, if you light one match, you got to light another one to see if the first one is lit or not. And if I get elected mayor, I'll see the whole town is lit up.
And if you vote for him, you'll all ought to be electrocuted. He's the man. Steve, did you hear that gracious revolve?
Yes, and I'm going to reduce you to the crowd.
Go ahead and reduce me right.
I'm going to tell them all about you.
No, don't tell him everything.
No, I ain't going to tell them everything. Ladies and gentlemen, it does me proud on this suspicious occasion to reduce to you a gentleman of great renown, Mr. Samuel Peck. Mr. Peck is a foreigner.
You tell him,
He
Steve.
came to this country with the rest of the monkeys.
Yeah, cut out the monkey business.
Ladies and gentlemen, I made a mistake. Mr. Peck didn't come over here with no monkeys. He came over with the gorillas.
If you don't take that back, I'll hit you so hard. They'll put you so far in the hospital that your children for 5 generations will have to walk on crutches.
Ladies and gentlemen, apologies is in order. I'm very sorry that I said Mr. Peck came over with the gorillas. I made a grave mistake, and in saying so, I have insulted
Oh, that's all right.
the gorillas.
Now here, cut that right out. Furthermore, I does not need you to reduce me. I am known here myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to y'all on this vicious occasion, the 4th of July, about the progress of our wonderful country. When Christopher Columbus first came to this country, there was a very few railroads here.
There wasn't no railroad at all.
How did he get to Ohio?
He didn't get to Ohio. That's his last name, Columbus, Ohio.
You is so dumb. If you lived 1,000 years, you wouldn't cut a wisdom tooth. But howsomever, we will let that subject lapse. I will now take up another figure in our life. Who was the great man that said, "Give us peace"?
Piece of what?
Just peace, that's what.
I know, but a piece of what?
If you don't quit corrupting me, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind.
And if you do, I'm going to give you a piece of my fist.
And you is going to rest in peace from then on.
Say, look here, Sam. Who's that tall man in the back of the hall there looking at you so hard?
The very tall gentleman?
Yeah, that tall man there sure is looking at you hard.
Do look familiar?
Well, I know who he is.
Who?
Well, that's the sheriff from home.
Ladies and gentlemen, which reminds me of the little passage in the good book which reads as follows. If thou seest me, and think thou knowest me, say nothing, for verily I will see thee later. This am broke up without further notice. More! Look here, Steve. Ain't that your doorbell?
Doorbell? You know that don't sound like no doorbell.
Well, then what is it?
What is it? You know what it is. It's a patrol wagon. That's what it is.
Is it stopping here?
They ain't gonna pass by.
Well, do you think they're going to arrest us?
They ain't gonna let us alone.
You mean that they're going to take us to jail?
They ain't gonna take us to church.
Then this is what you call one of them raids.
Ain't no picnic.
You mean we going to ride in the patrol team?
Ain't gonna be no patrol walk.
Then that last man we sold that bootleg liquor to must have been a detective.
He wasn't no preacher. Say, what are you kicking about anyhow? You used to go into jail. You used to have your mail sent there.
There's no more than you is. You stayed in jail so much that every time you close one of these wooden doors, you break it.
We ain't got no time to argue now. Let's get busy. Time is precious.
Yes, you is right there, 'cause we going to get plenty of time. You know, we's going before that fair liberal judge of ours. Is he good? Good? Yes, he's good and liberal. He'll give us plenty days.
Not me, 'cause when they knock at that door, I'm gonna exit by that window.
Well, you better find you a window of your own, 'cause I'm going to use that no there myself.
Don't worry, you ain't gonna pass me.
Well, if I don't, you is a running piece of plunder. Yeah, they're knocking down. Leave for the window.
You can't get out of that window. The house is surrounded. Say, look here, you know you can't hide under that bed as big as your feet is. Come out of that closet. That's the first place they're going to look in.
Well, looky here. Here's 10 gallons of liquor in here. Well, they's bound to find that. Why do we hide this liquor?
Hide it? Let's drink it.
Huh? Drink it?
Yeah, that's the best way to hide it, ain't it? Now, keep quiet, keep quiet.
Oh, my goodness, Steve, look here, the door done swung wide open. I know we're gone.
What do you know about that? There ain't nothing but the milkman.
Is you sure that's the milkman?
Sure it is, look.
Don't kid with me now.
I ain't kidding with you, Sam.
Yes, if they do, milkman is. You know I wasn't scared no how, was you?
No, pass the liquor here.
Yeah, come on and dine it here, brother milkman. Get some water that's real good.
Hello there, Sam. Is that you?
Hey, my brother.
Say, look here. Where you been?
I've been working.
Working where?
In a dynamite factory.
Dynamite factory? Ain't you got no better sense than to work where all that powder is?
Takes a smart man to work in a dynamite factory.
Then you ain't the man, 'cause if ignorance was an alley, you'd be a boulevard.
What did you know about dynamite?
What I know about it? I know enough about it, let alone that's what I know about it.
Man's got to work, ain't it?
Yeah, but how much money did you get?
I got a great big salary, $10 a week.
$10 a week? $10 a week ain't no salary, that's wages.
Well, I got it for 10 weeks.
Didn't your boss raise you?
Boss didn't have to. The dynamite did. Raised me about 1,000 feet.
Oh, man, it must be awful to go up in the air that high.
Going up ain't so bad, but man, when you like.
Well, the saying goes, what goes up must come down.
And believe me, I come down. Guess I was in there altogether about 15 minutes.
Yes? Didn't nobody try to catch you?
Nobody but Mother is.
Mother is, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you collected for damages then, didn't you?
I didn't collect for damages, but I collected plenty of damages.
Well, then how much money did you get?
Didn't get none.
None?
No, the boss even docked me for time out in there and wasn't working.
He's some mean boss.
Yeah, I hate him. I wish I had 1,000 graveyards and he was buried in all of them.
Don't wish that, Sam.
Why not?
He might have 1,000 ghosts and all of them would haunt you.
Look here, Steve, you don't mean tell me you believe in ghosts, do you?
I don't doubt him.
Man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. A man of your retelling. A man of your renown. Don't you know there ain't no such thing as a ghost? My man, I ain't scared of them. I am one brave man. I used to go to ghost parties. That's I belong to a ghost club.
Not me. When a man becomes a ghost, my acquaintance ceases with him.
Steve, I'm surprised at you. Come on, I want to introduce you to some ghosts.
Oh, I know him already.
You know who already?
The ghost, what you talking about? You talking about the man that's dead next door, ain't you?
Is there a dead man next door?
Ghost is.
You mean right in there, next page here?
Yes, sir.
Well, then come on, let's get out of here.
I thought you wasn't scared of him.
Oh, I ain't scared of nothing like that, but somehow or another I feel kind of runnish.